Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Kory. Thank you so much for the social media conversation, the direct messages, even a few text messages from last week. As I mentioned, always a great time talking about stories from the hometown and the people in it and the formation of my life. It'll never get old, and as long as you guys will keep joining me, I'm sure there'll still be more stories about it. Speaking of which, I got a message from somebody last week that asked me a question about my hometown that I'm going to get to in a minute, but I have to go to a real estate topic first because I've actually talked about this with a few different clients this week, and it has to do with mortgage rates. So as a lot of you know, if you've been keeping up with the market, rates have gone up dramatically over the last year. I have a few different clients now that are wanting to talk to multiple mortgage lenders. And I never discourage that, but you know, when you're calling to get quotes for mortgage rates, there's two things that you have to make sure that you're doing to be able to make sure you're comparing apples to apples. One of them is you got to do it on the same day, because interest rates fluctuate a lot from day to day. So if you're getting quotes on different days, well, you don't even know if they were playing on the same playing field. So do it on the same day, and you have to find out what kind of fees they're charging in conjunction with the interest rate they're quoting you. Origination fee, discount points, underwriting fees, processing fees. The total of those bank fees in conjunction with the interest rate that they're charging, that's a critical item. So, you know, again, get all the information and make sure you're comparing apples to apples if you're shopping interest rates. As I always tell everybody in every service industry, you know, you really got to find somebody that's knowledgeable, that you feel like you can trust, and you got good communication with. Because if you get that, then everything else is going to work out just fine. So that's the real estate item for today. The item that I also wanted to touch on from the hometown has to do with, I got a question about who's your favorite teacher growing up? And when I was in second grade, my life changed forever because Miss Clausen came to town, and she taught art to all the elementary school kids in Blunt, all the elementary school kids in Oneida, the high school art classes, and like so many small town teachers, she's involved in a lot of other stuff too. She led the student council. She was our drama coach, which that takes me to probably my best story with Miss Clausen. Was when we were seniors in high school, Matt Peary and I both had open campus for the first two periods. So but our play practices were before school. So we'd leave Blunt, go up to Oneida, go to play practice. We had a couple hours to kill. And Miss Clausen was like, you guys can just go hang out at my house. And so that's what we did. Drinking chocolate milk, eating donuts, watching game shows. And it really stuck with me that although Miss Clausen was in a position of authority, obviously with us, because we're students and whatnot, you know, there was that mutual respect and trust, and those kind of lessons, they went a long way for me, and she'll be somebody that will be special to me forever. She's Mrs. Meyer now, and has been for a long time. I've been gone from the Blunt, Oneida area for a bit now, but you'll always be Miss Clausen to me, and I hope you're having coffee with me this morning and know how very special you are, not only to me, but to generations of kids that came through the Sully Buttes school system. Just a really special time. So thanks everybody for tuning in again. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you next week at Coffee with Kory.